Okay, hello everyone. As I cannot be at the RHC lecture this week, I made a recording. So this recording will take you through all the steps. So it will again show us how to search for the keywords, how to keep track of the keywords in your Excel sheet. We'll look at how to search the databases. As I said previously, the interfaces of these databases changed a bit. So we'll figure this out as we go along. I'm not going to go through all databases, but we're going to select a few. Then we're going to conduct the searches, and then I'm going to show you how to export the final results into EndNote, and we're also going to show you how then to find duplicates in EndNote and how to do the screening process as well. Okay, so it's a whole comprehensive video to take you through all the steps. So let's first start. Obviously, you have to log in through UP. So I have it as a shortcut, up.ac.za. Then you're going to go under Research and the Library Research Service. Then you would want to go to the Libraries and Health Sciences, and then under Health Databases. Okay, so in your group, with your supervisors, you should have a list now, but on all the databases you want to search. So I'm just going to show us two. I think we're going to do PubMed and CINAHL. Those are two common ones that we use. So you log in through UP into PubMed. And then as it's loading, it will be obviously good if you're going to log in, create some login details here, because then you can save your searches. I think I already have PubMed open here. I just want to quickly see. But don't worry, we're going to go through it. You're going to go to the advanced search option, and then you have your search platform now here. Now, I've created now an Excel sheet here. Let me just open that up as well. There we go. So let's just orientate you here again. You'll have your set 1 and your set 2. Set 1, we're going to now focus on trail running injuries. Yeah, so here I have two definitions for trail run. Obviously there's multiple definitions it can be. For the sake of this exercise, we're just using two words, and I want to combine this with injury. I only want articles that have trail running that relates to injury in there. I don't want off-road, cross-country or road running or anything like that. Okay, and then for each search, we're going to write in the results we've got, and then we're going to combine it as we go on. Okay, let's start. So the first word is trail run. Remember the asterisk that we have in there. Is it the run will be completed, the word. So running or runners, for example. Okay, so let's start the search then in PubMed. So here's PubMed. I want to start. Remember my quotation marks means that it won't search trail run, trail as a separate word, run as a separate word. It will search for the combination, the trail run. Adding my asterisk in there to complete the word, and I'm closing my quotation marks. Now that add means it adds it into the query box, and now I can search for it. Okay, there you can see I got my results. 285 that we got. Now I go back to my Excel sheet. I've searched trail run, and I got 285 results in PubMed. Next word is mountain marathon. Okay, so I like to go back to advanced, and then there I can see at the bottom my first search is now listed there. So now I want to do mountain marathon. Mountain marathon, and I'm going to add an asterisk because mountain marathons or marathoner, I want those options as well. I added in quotation marks, meaning it only search for mountain marathon. It won't search for mountain as a separate word. I don't want random articles on mountain. I want mountain marathon. Add that into the search box, and I do my search. Okay, let's see what it pops out. 25 results I got here. So that 25 must now go into my Excel sheet, and I write there 25. Okay, so now I want to combine these two, my set 1 with an all. So I want all those results all of those results. So it's not results that only has trail run and mountain marathon in it. No article will use the word trail run and mountain marathon. It will decide on a term and use that one term. Okay, so if I'm going to use an and here, I'm going to be screwed. I'm not going to find results. I want in the set one, I want to search that with an or. Okay, let's go do that. So if I go back to my advanced option, then I can see, here's my two searches at the bottom. That search is labeled hashtag 2 and this one is hashtag 1. So I want to combine them. I want to say hashtag 2, add that to my query box, and I want to combine it with hashtag 1. Now next to the and, there's an option here. I want to add it with an or, we said. There you can see the 2 is added. Now I conduct my search. Let's see, so we got 308 results. Go back to my Excel sheet and I pop it in there. 308 results that we've got. Okay, now I leave that on ice. Now I first complete my set 2. So in set 2 I want all the stuff related to injury. Set 1 was my sport. Set 2 is now my injuries. And injuries and health, I'm going to use these two keywords. Okay, go back to advanced search. First one, I want to use injure. I'm not using quotation marks now because it's only one word. Injure, and I'm going to use an asterisk, meaning injuries, injury, all those will be covered. It should pop out a hell lot of results because there's a lot of studies in the world on random injury. There you can see 1 million gazillion. Okay, so let's write that down into our Excel sheet. So 1553 742. Next search will be on health. You can see I have quotation marks in here. If you use quotation marks for one word, it's not a train smash, but it's just unnecessary. No, because the quotation marks only means that it will search that entity, whatever is in the quotation mark together. But one word is one word. Yeah. Okay, so next one, so I want to search. Go back to my advanced option first. Let me see, there's my injury search. Okay, now I want to go search for health. Health, do I want an asterisk? Yeah, I didn't use an asterisk. I can't think what healthier or healthy, but health, I don't think you're going to use it in another context if you want to refer to injury. So let's keep it as health. Add it to my query box. And there I search for it. It should produce a gazillion again. And there we go, 7272. Let's get it into our 7272 457. Okay, so I have all of those. I need to search them with an or again. Remember? So let's go back to our advanced option. And I go and now I say, where are these two? Okay, there I can see those two. So it's hashtag 5 and hashtag 4. So hashtag 5, add that to the query box. Hashtag 4, let me say I want to add it with an or. There we go. And search that as well. Okay, fantastic. And there I get another gazillion. So 8514. Where is it? There we go. 8514. 838. 838. Okay, there I have those search of an or. But remember, we don't want just trail running articles separately and injury articles separately. We want our final results that we want to screen through must have trail running and injury. Something, the sports definition with some form of definition of injury must be in there. So I want to search set 1 and set 2 with an AND operator. AND means it will only produce results that have something with trail and something with injury. Okay, let's look at it. Go back to my advanced option. I can see my searches. Okay, let's look at it. Here I've combined set 1, so that's labeled hashtag 3. Okay, let's start with that one. Hashtag 3, add it to the search box. Then my set 2 was this hashtag number 6. Hashtag 6, and I want to come, there's the AND, this one already listed. So I want to do that with an AND. And then I do my search. Okay, let's see the number of results it will pop out. Fantastic, it ended up with 161 results. Okay, let's go back to our Excel sheet. And here, set 1 and set 2 combined with an AND is 161. Okay, and now you have the option here as well to apply limiters for your study. This you'll decide with your supervisors what will be limiters in your study. Let us quickly see if I, for example, it's not a lot of extra stuff because this is a scoping review. Keep it open, find all the articles. Remember, you don't really include a systematic review into a scoping review, but a systematic review, if you go into their references, you can look into a lot of articles that you maybe did not find. So keep it open to all. So in this case, I would not apply any limiter. There's no language limiter here that I can use. So that will be my final result. So I go to my Excel sheet, I write the final result, 161, and at the bottom here, I just write no limiter applied. Okay, so I can just remember when I do the search again, if there was a limiter, I can just remember the next time to do it as well. Okay, and there's my final results for PubMed. Fantastic. Now I keep that on ice. No, I can't keep it on ice. I first need to export this into EndNote. Okay, we said last time, if you're going to start exporting these into EndNote, you need to use a new EndNote library. Okay, so there I start. No, I don't want to open an existing one. I want to create a new library. I'll save it on my desktop, yes. And there's my new library, fresh. Nothing else is in there. This is what I want to use. Okay, now I want to export this. Okay, now in PubMed, I still can't figure out the new interface. I usually can select and it will select all. But now, shit, now I can't see where to select all. Looks like I have to manually select every single thing. So let's just start here and let's go down 161 results, but the page displays how many? Yes, it displays 161 results. Just check, I think I've already changed it, but sometimes it will just display 10 results. Then you have to manually do this 16 times to export all of this. So just change it that it's at least all the results. Now bear with me. Now we're going to select these and we're going to go crazy. Yada yada yada. Go make yourself a cup of tea while I'm doing this, or scroll or whatever you want to do. But I have to now manually go through this. If someone of you figures out how to do this process as a select all, that would be fantastic. Then you can let us all know. And for now we freaking click all of this by ourselves. For the sake of the exercise, I'm only going to go down to 50. But in the end, you will have to select every single one. And surely there must be an option of doing this better. I just couldn't figure it out yet. Okay, let's assume there was only 50 results. Okay, fantastic. We've selected the 50 results. Now we want to get this into EndNote. So you're going to say send to my citation manager. That is what EndNote is. Okay, fantastic is 50, and create a file for me for that. Okay, there it goes into my downloads, and let me just click on it, and now it should be going. There we go. All my recently added is now 50 results. And let's close that down. I can now decide, if you're going to do multiple databases, I can decide here to create a group, and I can call this PubMed. Fantastic. And if I go to my recently added, there's 50. Then you must select all of your 50, and I can decide to move them into PubMed. So to just know your numbers at least from the beginning. Okay, so PubMed is done. I keep my EndNote library as it is, and now I'm going to go to my next platform. Okay, this was now the EndNote, to my next database, sorry. Now the next database, let me just go through the official channel again. Remember we were here, and here I can now select my other database. We said CINAHL will be the other one that we're going to just show. CINAHL, there we go. Okay, I've already logged in. Let me just quickly check. Yes, I'm already logged in. You'll have to log in on these platforms to make sure you can actually combine searches. Okay, now the same thing. Let's refer back to our Excel sheet. In Signal, we must search the same keywords in all the databases. I want to start with trail run. Let's do our search. Asterisk, quotation, fantastic, search it. Okay, it produces 133 results. I write in there 133. Okay, I'm just going to show you there, it shows the results 133. If I go to my recent activity, it should then show the search in that activity. Great, there's my first search. The second one will be mountain marathon, we said. Mountain marathon, great, and search for that. It produces 12 results, so I'm going to bring that in there. Okay, I want to combine those two with an OR, remember? So let's quickly see if I click that and I click that, then somewhere the combination button should open. Let me just first clear this. And no, sorry, it's not here. Apology for that. Go to recent activity. I can see my searches. There we go. There's my trail run. There's my mountain marathon. And this weird sign helps you to combine. Just always make sure your search box is clear before you start to combine anything. Okay, combine these two searches with an OR. Great. And there I can search it. Fantastic, 144 results, and I bring that in here. There, 144. Let's continue with our next ones. Injury. So clear this up. I want to start with injure and asterisk. As you can see, that was a wrong search. Yeah, so it already brought in injury. I don't want this. I want to search injure. There we go. Okay, injure 381034. 381034. Okay, in health, I just want to check here in the recent activity that I don't unnecessarily save now an incorrect search. Okay, you see this one, injury with the Y was the incorrect search. I want to remove this guy. Okay, next search will be health with an asterisk. And there's our results. Okay. Fantastic. Now we have our searches. We must first combine the set 2 with an OR. Let's go back to our recent activity. Make sure our search box is clear. Now I want to combine my set 2. There's the combine option coming out, and combine them with an OR. No, I must now just press the search. There we go. Okay, great. So here's the gazillion results. I write it here. 996. Okay, now I can combine my two searches with an AND. Back to recent activity. Clear the search box. Okay, now I must just check where's my set 1. Here I've combined my set 1 and set 2. Here's set 2. Okay, I want to combine these guys with an AND. and then I can press search. Great, and I got 59 results. So it ends up here 59, but now I also have to check if there are any limiters I want to apply. Now let's look into this new interface. It gives us very little option to apply limiters. Well, here we can go source type. Okay, I don't want a magazine, I just want academic journals. You can later search for magazines if you want to, but for my sake I just want to search for scientific material now. So I apply that. And you can go and look what other filters. What other filters do you want here? Language. Oh, I don't understand Japanese, and there's very little trail running articles being produced in Japanese. So I just want English. Okay, so we end up with 57 results. So it's going to write in here, it was 59, now it's 57. We've applied language, English. So I write down, I can remember. We've also only searched for scientific articles. Okay, so there's my searches are done. So now I can combine them here. Just want to produce an auto sum there. And in the end, all my databases produced 198 results. Okay, now we must think about the next thing. You must keep track of your searches in a Prisma flow diagram. Okay, let me show you what is a Prisma flow diagram. We're now going to export this, sorry. Export. Okay, I just want to show you this. So a Prisma flow diagram is showing you the exact tracking of a whole review. Now, forget about this on the side. For now, only focus on this. Studies identified from the databases. You write your total in there, and you write for each database how many you got. Okay, and we're going to now go to screening, etc. as we continue, but you have to keep track of all of this. So write it into your Prisma flow diagram as well. Okay, let's get back to it. We have to still export our articles. Let's go back to our recent activity. We still have to export our articles from the final results here in Sinol. And okay, sorry, we can already combine this. Let's go back to our results here. I think it was the 57 results we had from the combination of our search and the limiters we've applied. Okay, now I must just scroll down and see if there's 37. You can see it's only up till 10. So if I select all, it's only going to go up to 10. I want to make sure I have all my results on one page. Okay, now it's going to go to 20. Fantastic. I want up to 37. And there it goes. Still not. And there I have all my results. Okay, I think in this database, yes, I can select all. Fantastic. And then I must get it out here somewhere. I think it will be through share. Let's quickly see. Share. No, it's not through share. It may be download. Now here we must just figure it out. There's no option here for download into EndNote. Let's see if we can cite it. Okay, yes, the citations, and there's 36 more, meaning all the citations are there. Export the citation. Under the RAS format, usually will have EndNote there as well. So RAS format and get it out. Cool. Let's get this into our EndNote. EndNote, where are you? Somewhere here. Why am I struggling with my EndNote? There we go. Now you're going to see it's already 87, because it's now counting it with the previous results we imported, the 50 of PubMed. But there at the recently added or imported references, there's my 57 now. So I can add another group here, create a group, and I can say we were in CINAHL. Great. Go back to my imported references and highlight these 57 and take them to CINAHL. Now that's just a reference in the end for yourself. So take a screenshot in the end of this, you can know exactly how many ended up in which database. You also have your Excel sheet to confirm that, but at least then you have another reference to it. Okay, so now we have all our articles into EndNote. Let's go back to our Prisma flow diagram. I'm going to close up, no, not going to close this up yet. Prisma flow diagram. Fantastic. You'll have only two databases now here based on this exercise, and you add your total there. Okay. Now, some of the articles might be overlapping. So I need to then select all references, and I must then say library and find any duplicates. Now let's quickly see. Okay, so here it's going to give me now duplicates. So it says, listen, do you have this article in your library and this guy? They look very similar. Now you can spend hours and hours on which one you select. I just quickly scan and see which one has more data in it, and I select that one. So I want to keep this is the duplicate. I want to keep this reference. Okay, it's another one. I want to keep that reference. Cool, I want to keep that reference. I want to keep that reference. Okay, so this was a very quick exercise because obviously we did a very restricted search. So now I'm ending up with 82 results. Remember, let's go back to our Excel sheet. We were at 191 for the final results. Let me just quickly think here. How is this possible? Because we only, just remember, we only exported 50 results here. We didn't export all the 161 results because we had to manually select them there. So we were 87. I just want to quickly see here. After the duplicates now, you can see at all references, we had 82 now. And I write in there 82. So there's your Excel sheet done. You now can show any reviewer all the searches you've done, for each word, how many results you got, for each set that you combined, what's the number of results. When you combine the sets now with an AND, how many you got after your limiters, and then you can then show there's your final results, and after you remove the duplicates, you have so many. Back to your Prisma flow diagram. So there you can see duplicates removed is so many, and then here's the studies that you now have to start to screen for your titles and abstracts for. Okay, so there's my full search results. I've removed duplicates. These are the ones I have to start screening now. Okay, now let's close this. We're now done with this. Okay, now the next step will be that we have two steps that will follow here. The first is screening just the titles and abstracts to see which articles might be relevant. You have an eligibility criteria that you're going to set up with your supervisors, and then after the titles and abstract, whatever remains there, the screening process, then you go into a full text screening. Okay, but to screen this, you have to give it now to some of your team members to independently screen it themselves, and then you come sit together to look at the discrepancies. So firstly, how do you get all of these results into a form of a document that they can screen it? So I'll have to highlight, am I at all references? Yes. Oops. I'll have to highlight all of these, and I will have to export this into, now you have to play around on your computer. I'm using a Mac, but you'll have to play around on what format works the best for you. Let's see if it's RTF. Onto my desktop. Let us quickly just see what will be the format. Yes, like it, and it exported crazy detail. So again, you have to play around with it. Here's the whole, if you look into it, here's the whole abstract. Where will the title be? Let's quickly see. There's a short title, and here's the title. Okay, so at some interfaces allow you to export just a specific amount of detail. Here we didn't have the option, so it's going to export a hell lot. But you in the end have to give a PDF to your individual members that's going to screen, that they can independently screen. You have to have an ID for this, that I am Susan, and I have to now decide which articles are relevant, and I'm going to say number 57, number 12, etc., etc. So there's an ID. You decide among your group what you will use as identification. Let's see, there's ID 14. So throughout this document, I want to look for TI, that's the full title, and if the title looks relevant, I'll go look at the whole abstract and then decide whether there's inclusion. This, I can decide to say file, export as a PDF. This can have a gazillion pages. Put it on my desktop, save it. There's going to be a lot of pages now. I just want to show you this. Okay, while it's busy exporting. So you'll then have to set up a team. It's usually 2 members that will now screen through all these articles. You can do 3 members as well that screen through all these articles, and they have to select. You first look at the title. Is this relevant in context of your eligibility criteria? And then you go into the abstract as well. And then if you decide this is relevant, you write this onto an Excel sheet. You can, for example, now go here. Let's open our Excel sheet again. And you can create a new sheet here, and you can call this title and abstract screening, and you can list your members here. There's member 1, member 2, and member 3. They get a selection of articles, and they have to write down here the article numbers. I think number 12 is relevant, number 13, number 68, etc., etc. This person also writes 12, 13 and 45. This one writes 12, 14 and 68. So meaning they won't talk to each other. These guys are doing the screening independently. So after this, now you're going to have to go and have a meeting about this, and you can then say, listen guys, we all selected number 12, so that must go into the full text. So here you'll actually go and pull the full text articles to screen it fully to make sure it's eligible to, into your review. So there's number 1, number 2, and number 3, the screeners. Okay, so guys, I think we all agree that number 12 must go in there. Okay, so let's just put here, let's put it in, we call this selection to be screened. Now you can go and change this as you prefer, but after the title and abstract screening, you can see number 12 must be in there. Number 13 must be in there as well, because 2 guys identified. Number 14, now only 1 guy identified this, but it might be relevant to go and look at this. Why did the other 2 miss this, and why did this guy think it's relevant to be included? You can have a meeting about it and discuss it, or you can decide we only do consensus after full text and you include number 14. So if any person identifies the article, you include it. So number 68 must be included, and number 45 as well. Okay, let's recap here. You can, after the title and abstract screening, decide to have a consensus meeting here to decide, okay, only you decided on 14, tell us why. And you discuss this and you decide in the end, no, we throw out 14. It was irrelevant. Or you can decide, no, all the selection of members here will go into full text screening because there will anyway be a consensus meeting here after the selection. Okay, I hope that's clear. Let's go back to our document. Still at 52 pages. Now I'm not going to keep you hanging around here for this thing to download 1 gazillion pages. Let's cancel this. All I want to say is that after it now downloaded the PDF, you can share it now with your screeners, and then the screeners will just then have to go and look very carefully. It looks like on this exported format, the TI refers to the title, and there's the ID number. So everyone must use then the same ID numbers to make sure you identify the same articles. Okay, back to our Prisma flow diagram. Here we had all the articles identified per database. We removed the duplicates and EndNote. Now that's the number left for titles and abstract screening. Then those are the guys excluded, and you must start to write down why, not at higher level, but you have to at least give a form of a reason why you exclude those articles. It could be additional duplicates you identified, or it's just not applicable in terms of your eligibility criteria. That's fine. And then after that, you're going to end up with a smaller number of full text articles. Now here the full text have to be retrieved, and you have to screen them all. You have to tell them how many articles could you not find. Work with the library to help you find them. And then here's the number we're going to now screen for full text. Here you have to write exactly why you exclude articles. Okay, so at full text level. And then in the end you're going to end up with your final results. This grey on the side can be your grey literature that you bring in. You can decide with your supervisors how you'll search for grey literature. But yeah, so that is how you identify your final selection of articles. To recap this, you do searches in the databases for the sets, you combine the sets, and you refine your results with the limiters. Then you export your results to EndNote. In EndNote, you do your removing of your duplicates. Then those that are left, you start with your title and abstract screening only. Then after that, you can decide whether you do a consensus meeting to discuss it, or you can decide that all articles identified in that process will go into a full text screening. And after a full text screening, you have to sit with a consensus. Let's go back to our Excel sheet. If we end up here with 3 reviewers now, and this one says yes, number 12 must be in, yes, number 12 must be in, this one says no. Here a consensus meeting will be needed to say, okay guys, this is the final selection we have to decide on here. And why do you say no? We say yes. And this has to be documented as well, why the inclusion is in the end or not. Okay, that's all from my side. I hope it helps, and we'll chat soon.